Okay, that's a welcome, I guess.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
This is Song's Edge, biggest settlement in the cut.
These are dangerous lands, Outlander. Deadly, even.
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it for?
You who died on Thunder's drum, your songs will not be forgotten.
The smoke from the mountain is worse today. A bad omen for the ritual.
Horea's been gone a long time, but she will return. I must believe she will return. In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony.
Our shaman has abandoned us. Our chieftain has led our best to their deaths. Where should we find hope now?
We haven't lost this many hunters since the war with the Carja. Trust Aurea, they say. She'll return to us, they say. And yet here we are, waiting.
The young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's drum. Sometimes, loss is the price of survival.
How are we to trust the chieftain after so many died under his command?
The young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's drum. Sometimes, loss is the price of survival. In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony.
If Aratak means to go back to the mountain, then I will stand with him.
Must be something big going on. Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
I do not think that our hunter's blood is on Aratak's hands. He led them to a great challenge. That is all.
Orea's been gone a long time, but she will return. I must believe she will return. You died on Thunder's drum. Your songs will not be forgotten.
Bad omen for the ritual.
Our hunters fought well. Their songs will be remembered.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrand, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead. But not today.
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for. Falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky and beyond to the blue light. But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice, for free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Orea, spouting on about spirits and daemons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Orea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her. But no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
And Orea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum. And they believed her.
but you don't.
Look, I don't know what Aurea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Aurea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
Yeah. A land cold enough to crack teeth, filled with wild animals. You'd think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid. Well, believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Werik chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Aurea came to town with their Werik, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
What are these Weriks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Yeah, not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Weriks come and go. Some last as long as Melon. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Weriks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, here's the sure thing. Each Werik has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Aurea. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it?
Women?
No. Independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
I want to know more about this daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then, you need to find Aurea. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rafts. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if Aratak could tell me more about Aurea or Thunder's Drum. Might be worth a shot.
The Banuk of Song's Edge are our own creatures, and we deserve a painting unlike any other.
How long is the frozen tongue isolated from the blue light?
I do not want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
There are other Weraks in Song's Edge too?
Yes. The village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last, until the Karja seek war again.
Did your Werak come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banur to face the threat of the demon. But I was born here, and stayed to fight the Karja when others retreated into the mountains. A few of my old warriors remained with me, those who survived.
This Damon you talked about.
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself. No, we rallied most of our... changed the machines. Made them fiercer, stronger.
But what is it?
A matter for the shamans to debate.
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I have put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death? It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
Aurea knows about this Damon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
Ulrich's bandits, parasites, surviving off the sweat.
Do not harvest as the other tribes harvest. Show respect for the machines who died so we might live.
Songs of celebration used to echo through the cut. No more. I am the best singer in the Werak. I know I am. But will anyone listen? No. It's too easy to lean on the others in your Werak. Can't let yourself get complacent.
Greetings. Sekuli's work is strange, but it is hers. She follows behind no other. The hunt brought me past Stone Yield today. Seems we have some unwanted visitors. These bandits think we'll kneel before their blades. Do they know who we are? It's good to see a fresh face in these lands. We see precious few.
Oh, shouldn't have spent last night drinking. Knew I had to train today.
Before the bandits came, Stone Yield had a certain wild beauty to it.
A Banuk does not waste time complaining. But the way things are now,
Bandits grow like mushrooms in the dark when your attention is elsewhere.
Oseram encampments creep closer to Banuk lands. They should exercise some caution.
None can remember a time when the tall neck wasn't trapped in ice.
To stand before a dead thing in wonder, as some do with the frozen tall neck, is distasteful.
Our struggles don't concern you, Outlander.
Deep din, silenced by rising waters.
Shall we stand around and talk, or do we have responsibilities to attend to?
You seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood?
Yes. A sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Lelai, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, until it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the old ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
So Deep Din is a place, and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the old ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Karja. I'm the drummer now, but our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it, or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there it remains.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent? No more music. Flood's out of that.
We'll retake Stone Yield from the bandits before long. One challenge at a time.
I'll give this to the Osram. Whatever they do, they do with passion.
That's a sound to sleep to, not live to.
I've hunted for many years. I've seen machines like those that belong to the Daemon.
Oh, I'm glad my father wasn't around. It would torment him to see his legacy drown.
When Sakuli's finished, you'll be able to see her painting from anywhere in Song's Edge.
Bandits in the cut, huh? Let's see who survives longer.
One day, Stone of the Dim.
I've never traveled further south than
Next, the floodgate.
in the old days.
When the old beware the machines with purple markings. To approach them without caution is to lay wood on your own fire.
So, machines in the south suffer their own sort of corruption.
What sort of challenge they face? Meridian is a place where your every need is met.
Everywhere Banukai and Tawarak fled, the ravenous tribe would never far behind. Seeking a way to defeat them, Banukai went into the wastes and let the wind whip her cheeks. And when the cold brought sleep, she dreamt of light. She saw it behind the world, a great calming sheet of icy blue. And she saw something new. Herds of machines, each filled with the same blue light. When she woke, she knew which star to follow. She walked for many days and nights until she arrived at a temple built from sparkling ice. At the gates of the temple, she was met by the machines from her dream, who bowed to her as she entered. Inside, Banukai discovered the blue light bubbling from a hole in the snowy earth like a spring. "You bid me come," she said. "My people need aid. Will you provide it?" The machines whispered to Banukai. "We go where the light goes, for we are its chosen vessels. There is darkness in your heart. It cannot hold the light for long. Carry it to your people if you must. but the cost will be great. Banu-Kai waded into the pool. The light reared like a nest of snakes and struck Banu-Kai, piercing her skin, filling her up. Banu-Kai did not scream, though she was in agony. Banu-Kai did not collapse, though her limbs shook. She climbed from the pool and carried the light inside her. She marched toward home, and the machines marched behind her. As she walked, the light struggled to push its way out of her, but the machines were there to aid her. She sewed her body shut with their cables, patched herself with their metal, and kept the light within. When she arrived, the forces of the ravenous tribe had surrounded the camp. Although the light had left her with 1,000 wounds, Banu-Kai charged. And because she held the light, the machines followed. The ravenous tribe killed many, but those in camp rushed to join the battle. They gathered pieces of the fallen machines and from them fashioned weapons. And it was with these that Banu-Kai's people repaid the suffering the ravenous tribe had wrought upon them. When quiet descended, Banu-Kai finally fell. The machines bowed their heads, and her Werak wept. The light she'd held within her drifted from her wounds and rose to the sky. And for just a moment, before life left her, Banu-Kai knew the truth of the blue light. And she felt peace. We remember Banu-Kai, the first to crawl from the cave beneath the world, who brought the machines to us. When we speak the name of our tribe,
Trust Sakuli's instincts.
we remember her.
I've never known what the want.
And we will not forget.
So, machines in the south suffer their own sort of corruption. I wonder what sort of germs they...
Pick up a handful of snow and hold it in your fist. Feel it melt away.
We remember
All things
Banu-Kai,
eventually.
when the old ones were fresh in their graves and our numbers were still small. It was she who led us through the frozen
I don't see
wastes.
what's wrong with the traditional
We also
paintings.
remember the ravenous
Sakura
tribe,
overcomplicates things.
who delighted in sucking the marrow from our broken bones. Everywhere Banu-Kai and Werak fled, the ravenous
Some like to pretend the cut belongs to the Banuk. Don't listen. This land is yours, if you can tame it.
They say Meridian is a place where your every need is met. No one would call it Delhi. I heard of a shaman once who drank machine oil. I think the conclave banished him. Oseram encampments creep closer to Banuk lands. They should exercise some caution. Banuk have enough problems without having to watch after outlanders.
Quite a view you've got up here. It's a useful perspective. How fleeting we are when the world is so wide. From up here, you can see how the light paints across the land. Ever-changing. That's a lesson. All our marks will pass. That outlook sounds a little
depressing for a painter?
Haven't met many artists, have you? Song's Edge needs new stories. I scrubbed its past off this rock to start anew, but a new start needs new colors. Fresh pigments, like none have seen.
The Banuk rock paintings are impressive, but,
You want to know what they mean? That's not the right question, but I'll answer anyway. Some are a call to the machines. The sacred shapes you see on metal casings, or on a cauldron door.
Do the machines listen to the call?
I don't know. Others, like mine, are a call to the tribe. You could say inspiration or prophecy. And sometimes even men listen, if the painting is loud enough.
These pigments you want, where should I look for them?
Salts gather at the edges of geysers and hot pools. Crystals cling to the rocks and cliffs.
Have you always been a painter?
I've always painted. But I wasn't a painter until I was driven out of Banur. Up there, the markings are eternal. They paint over the same lines, the same colors, over and over. As a child, I learned from copying them. As I grew, my heart sank at the familiarity. All of us Banuk might as well be trapped in glacier ice. We have the look of life, but never really moving.
I'll see what I can find for you.
Seek out the vibrant ones. A spring of sudden color among snow or rock or metal. That's its own reward. But I'd reward you as well.
An outlander. Not many of you in the cut, not since the war.
We remember Bankai, when the old ones were present, and our numbers were still small. It was she who led us through the frozen wastes. We also remember the rabbits.
I'd go to Stone Yield and kill Oldwood myself if we weren't hiding behind this tree.
It feels like it's been forever since Sekuli started her painting. When will it be finished?
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Maria. And to do that, I need to talk to her apprentice, who followed the river north.
The Blue Light abandoned the Tallneck, trapped the Frost Figures many years ago.
Outlander, wait a moment.
Rain's easing. Clouds will part soon.
That weapon of yours, Outlander, that spear. I can see the blue light upon it.
You're not the first to take an interest in it. I made it myself.
Your own design. And yet you are not a shaman.
No. More of a tinker?
A tinker does not understand the spark in the metal, the song in the metal like this. But it could be improved upon, modified, with the help of the old ones. Far north of here, there is a cave, a shaft in the snow. Within it is a nest of metal birds. Find a bird that hasn't been stripped by shamans past. Look for a rail inside it, the length of your spear. That's all I can tell you.
Get a rail from some metal birds in a cave. Sounds perfectly normal.
Shaft in the snow. Within it is a nest of metal birds. Find a bird that hasn't been stripped by shamans past. Look for a rail inside it, the length of your stay. That's all I can tell you.
Get a rail from some metal birds in a cave. Sounds perfectly normal.
Does anyone have eyes on the green dye?
Let's see. Perhaps a little more blue. Mixed yellow dye.
Does anyone have eyes on the green dye?
The longer you scrub, the darker the colors end up being.
Of course, they all want blue cloth. My hands will be stained for weeks.
Perhaps a little more blue. Mixed yellow dye.
Does anyone have eyes on the green dye?
This'll be for
The
Scully.
longer you scrub, the darker the colors end up being.
Of course, they all want blue cloth.
Any news from the hunt?
The herd isn't roaming far from the camp.
Keeping together this time.
Then we wait. But I bet we'll see a stray.
All right, I'll keep watch tonight.
Oh, that was not your best.
The spikes the Damon drives up from the ground. Just looking at them makes my chest
All
feel-
right, enough snow play. Let's see a good hit.
Atomic? What did it take to knock one of those over? They're built to last. I need a breath.
Hope the sun shines in your heart.
Outlanders. Carja Outlanders.
Don't mind the work. Better than worrying about my next meal.
May the sun grant you a portion of its wisdom, young huntress.
I suppose it's time to go back to work.
By the sun, I'm hoping for a better day tomorrow.
I'd like to get married, but to be honest, it feels like no one will have me. There, I said it.
Hope I don't catch a chill. Are we really going to take the word of peasants and travelers? Feral machines? Scared of their own shadows.
My mother told me to steer clear of Outlanders, but you seem
Been
friendly.
working too down.
I've got a lot on my mind. So,
Deep for a minute.
Go back to work soon.
wish I could just go home.
What brings you Karja so far from your home?
There's good machine hunting in the cut. Danger, too. Some have a taste for both, and they pay people like me well to guide them. We've had a bad run this time, even after I brought this priest along to read the signs.
I did say the sun's light was cast quite red the night of the...
Not your concern, though, Huntress. May your arrows find their mark.
Every time I have a
You're a long way from home, too. Watch your back out there.